Greetings to all of humanity's reader George. It's my pleasure, it's my honor as usual being out here, well connected in nature, and I was bringing to you this message of emancipation, whereby I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. And that's why I want to say, if this message I'm bringing to you, it means anything to you, I want to say to you, remember to like, to subscribe, or to share this video, or you can drop a comment. Okay, now I want to speak about Abdullah and Neville Goddard, and how Abdullah taught Neville Goddard that when he changed his mentality, that he would also change his reality. And those of us who would have listened to the lectures of Neville Goddard and also Joseph Murphy, we would realize both of them are teaching one theme, and that theme is basically change your mentality and you will change your reality. But when we look around, we see that there are many people all around the world who would have read their Bible and they have a certain interpretation of the Bible. But we see Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia, who was Neville Goddard's mentor. He taught Neville Goddard that the Bible is psychological, and that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. Also, he taught him that everything was written symbolically and that it have no reference to anyone who existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that would have taken place on earth thousands of years ago. And when you look more deeply, you would realize that from the beginning to the ending of the Bible, it's all a great psychological drama, and it all have to do with the human psyche. Now, if you have any question about what I would have just said there, you would realize that there's no one who can tell you of anything that was done in the Bible that wasn't forced mental or forced psychological. Because every action is stemmed from a thought. And because everything is stemmed from a thought, you look around and you realize every invention is an expression of a thought. It was first an idea. It was first imagined. Even our existence, before our mother and our father could have come together, it was first a thought. It was first an idea. So we are expression of a thought. So we are thought evolved beings. Therefore, we must understand how the mind works and learn to control our mind, because only until we can control our mind that we can actually control our reality. So my brother and my sisters, when I look around and I see so much people believe in secular Christianity and they're looking outwardly, I realize that many people are holding on to false identity, and that many people are still in idolatry. And that is why Abdullah wanted to teach Neville Goddard the truth of what would have taken place before the conquistadors enter into certain parts of the world and corrupt the minds of the people through a barbaric and violent way, to shape their minds to be programmed and controlled. And that is why it is very important for us to go all the way back to antiquity and go back to what our ancestors would have known way before slavery, and why they have been always saying to us, man, know thyself. Because remember, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now, my brother and my sisters, most people who believe in secular Christianity and believe in the Jesus and Mary story, many of them do not understand that there's a lot of mentalism. Many of them do not understand that it is their own thoughts. that is creating their personality. Many of them do not understand that everything is mental and everything is psychological. Because we all born here in a state of amnesia, which is a state of forgetfulness. We came into this world being dumb because we couldn't speak. We came into this world being crippled because we couldn't walk. And so everything was taught to us. But there comes a time that we must think for ourselves. So my brother and my sisters, it's only until you learn to look inwardly and realize that the kingdom of God is within you that you will understand why Abdullah had to teach Neville Goddard this very important lesson. And this very important lesson that he taught Neville Goddard was to free humanity from all mental slavery. And that is why when Neville Goddard had no work and he had no money, Abdullah taught him that if he would change his mentality, that he can change his reality. So Abdullah said to him, all you need to do is sleep in your mother's home in Barbados while you're residing in New York in your imagination. And when you walk the streets of New York, see yourself walking the streets of Barbados in your imagination. Because God in man is man's imagination. For the eternal body of man is the imagination that is God himself. So my brother and my sisters, the reason why I'm bringing this message to you from this angle, it is because I was one of those persons who are brainwashed and who are enslaved, believing in secular Christianity, because I wanted to find the phenomena of life. I wanted answers while I was growing up as a boy. With tears in my eye, I beat my chest and asked myself, who am I and who is God? And that has always been my ambition, to know who am I and who is God. And when I found God, I found myself. And when I found myself, I found God. And that's why I know that our people have been trapped in mental slavery. And when we look at the lectures that Neville Goddard would have taught to all of humanity, and we look at Neville Goddard's family, and I have proof to prove to you that way back his family did own slaves. And I can give you the article. If you ask for the article, I can give you the article, and I can point you to other videos that I've done reading the article. And the article, I have it stored for you. You can read the article. I'm living here in St. Vincent, and the article was written in a newspaper in Barbados, where the Goddards born and grew up. So my brother and my sisters, this message is not a message just to attract things in your life. This is beyond the law of attraction. This message is a message of self-realization. That is why I always teach the single eye message of self-realization, where Matthew 6:22 says that if your eye be single, your whole body be full of light. And our ancestors would have always known the single eye message of self-realization. And that is why they say, man, know thyself. And I'm saying to you, my brothers and my sisters, please change your mentality from this Jesus and Mary story, because it's all idolatry, pointing you to look outwardly and keeping you in mental slavery and keeping you in poverty and mediocrity. That is why Africa is filled with all the wealth, yet the people living in poverty, and it's all because of their mentality. So my brother and my sisters, again, let me say this to you. You have to change your mentality if you want to change your reality. So change your belief system. If you look like me, and you've been told that Jesus is your Lord and your Master and your Savior, and you realize that you has been given a white idol, a blue-eyed blonde hair idol to worship, please, I'm saying to you, come out of idolatry so you'll be able to live your life in contentment and in prosperity, knowing who you are. So my brother, my sisters, when you look around and all the messages that have been taught from different angles, it doesn't matter which angle they teach it from. They've been using language to confuse you. Because even this English language is not our true language. But our ancestors would have always known that there's a language of symbology, and they would have left that language of symbology for all of us. Even here in my country, I can go and show you writing in stones. Giant in stones. They call it petroglyph. I think they call them. Okay? And some people call them hieroglyph. And they're here to remind us of that language of symbology. But I'm saying to you, my brother, my sisters, our ancestors would always know, all is mental. All is mind. The whole universe is mental. So stop giving your power away, because there's a law of polarity. Remember, there is always a law of polarity. Where there is light, there is darkness. So there are people here who will always be who they are. And you will always be who you are. There will always be the people, the sun people and the ice people. And there will always be the head and the tail. There will always be the mind and the body. It's your choice. What are you going to do? You're going to be the body or the mind? Let me just say this to you. Do you realize that the mind controls the body and the mind tells the body what to do? Do you realize when you go to a job, your employer tells you what to do? Go here, go there, do this, do that. It's your choice. So all of us have a choice. Everybody cannot be the employer. They must have employer and employee. They must be balanced. There must always be a of polarity. I know that. That's why there must always be balance. But when you live in a place like where I'm living here, that they refer to as a third world country, there's such a great imbalance. And the people who has most of the wealth, even in this country that I born and grew up, is not the people who look like me. And it's all because of their mentality. So I'm saying to you, if you listen to me, change your mentality and you will change your reality. You will change your experience. And I'm saying to you, there was one time in my life I would have believed in the Jesus and Mary story, that lie that had been fed to us. And I see the result. And now I change my mentality and I'm looking inwardly and I see the results I'm getting also. That's why I'm saying to you, change your mentality and you change your reality. Change your mind for good. Look inwardly. Stop looking outwardly and get rid of all idolatry. Some people would not like me for telling you the truth. They will want me speak about oneness. And they will want me speak about Neville and Abdullah and talk about oneness. But you cannot have oneness without the truth. Even Bob Marley tell you, as long as some people believe that they're superior than others, there will be war. So my brother, my sisters, it's a war of the mind. I'm saying to you, claim your mind. Control your mind. Stop giving your mind away. And learn to change your mentality. So with that being said, my brother, my sisters, I know what I've said before, to like, subscribe, comment, or to share this video. But also I want to say to you, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru on Instagram. And also, if you haven't checked out my course and my Patreon, you can check it out. It's the Inner Sun Science and Technology, or the Inner Sun Engineering to create your reality consciously. And that course is very much needed in a time when they want to black out the sun and they want to dim the sun. But I have news for you. The Lord thy God is a sun, a S-U-N, and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. And common sense will teach you that the sun has never withhold any good thing from you. For the sun is what powers all of humanity and give all of humanity its energy. And if you are wondering where I am quoting from when I say that the Lord thy God is a sun, all you have to do is read Psalms 84:11. And also you can read Malachi chapter 4 verses 2, where it says that that the sun, the S-U-N of righteousness, shall arise in you with healing in his wings. So righteousness is not something that you attain. It's a discovery. It's a realization. And that realization will help you to bring healing to yourself and to the rest of humanity. Also, if you like to support this work, we have a PayPal, and the link and all the information are down below for you. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.